So in this video, I'm going to start trying to make up a hint, and then I'm going to make a loop that's going to keep asking the player for guesses. The first thing I want to do is I know I get this secret word, and so that word, however long it is from this random list of words, I need it to automatically give me a hint or type out the underscores for however many letters are in that word. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to use the accumulator pattern because that's kind of where I usually go. I'm going to make a variable called hint, and I'm going to make it an empty array. And then I'm going to loop through every letter in the secret word, and for every letter I'm going to add an underscore. So I would say something like for I in range, however long the secret word is, I'm going to add an underscore to that hint. So I'm going to say hint dot append, which is our way to add extra things to a list. I'm going to go like underscore, like that. So every single letter that was in secret word will now have a hint appended to it. And then I think what I'm going to do here is just, for my sanity, print the hint. And I think that should be enough. Actually, I'm going to draw the Gallo art first. Which happens here, Gallo art sub-0. And then I'm going to print the hint. So let's see if that works. All right, so I could see my secret word is dart, and D-A-R-T. Okay, good. If I run it again, unlatch is my secret word, U-N-L-A-T-C-H. That's a good way to get the hint at the beginning. Eventually, I'm going to finish this get hint function up here that takes in whatever the old hint was as a parameter. It takes in whatever the user guessed was, and it takes in their secret word, and it rebuilds a new hint. So it'll like look at the old hint and see if that letter matches the guess already, loop through, iterate through with a loop to go through that secret word. For now, I don't really want this to print like that. I don't like the way that looks because that doesn't look like Hangman. So I'm going to write another little helper function here. And this is a hint printer function, def print hint, and then I'm going to pass in a parameter. I'm going to say for every letter in hint, I'm just going to print that letter, which would be like an underscore. And then the way that I make sure that it doesn't go to the next line is I'm going to say end equals nothing. Actually, I'm going to do an end equals space so that after every letter in my hint, it places that space character after it. This prevents it from going to the next line. So do not go to next line. Okay, so now instead of just printing my hint like this, I'm going to call my special print hint function and pass in the hint that I just built up here and try to run it again. So let's see if it worked. So bootlace, B-O-O-T-L-A-C-E. Yep, that's the right amount of characters. So now I've printed that. All right, looks pretty good. I think we need to move this stuff into a loop though. While true. I don't know how many guesses it's going to take, so I'm going to use an indefinite loop or an infinite loop. I don't need to rebuild the Gallo ASCII art every time, so I'm going to build the Gallo art first. Inside, I'm going to print whatever Gallo number they're on. I'll print their hint, and then I would say something like guess equals guess a letter. And that will allow them to guess a letter. I would then call my get hint function, get hint, and probably return it to the hint value. So hint, get hint. The get hint function takes in 3 parameters. It takes in my old hint, which was hint. It takes in whatever they guessed, and it takes in the secret word. And that should go again and again and again and again. We could probably do something like if when should the loop stop or break? Those are some things you need to figure out. Obviously, you're going to need to go modify this get hint function so that it rebuilds new hints and replaces, dashes with letters in the correct places when we guess the right letter, because right now it doesn't do anything. If I run this again, now it says guess a letter. Oh, see how it prints it all on one line? I probably want to just print a new line there. Actually, I'm going to use an escape character. So that'll add in a couple extra lines of blank space. Yeah, that looks good. Guess a letter, E. And now it didn't advance. So if I guessed the letter wrong, it should have advanced to the next cell, and it should have filled in my hints for the next hint printer. All right, well, good luck.